Hello, I'm Tanya from the Concours d'Elegance Society. I'm just going to put this short video together to for people that are running shows that have affiliated to us, to circulate to their judges prior to competition to help them judge the classes, especially if it's not a class they've judged before, just so they have a little bit of an understanding on how to judge the class. So firstly, what the judge needs to look at is each individual as an overall picture, because the class is definitely about showing off an overall picture of elegance. So that would be your first thing you need to be looking for, is who is the most elegant in the ring. So at this point you need to consider how well the rider sits, how well the rider rides, how well the horse is going, because that is definitely a factor. So things like then the colour combination on both horse and rider, does it suit the combination? How well the dress fits the rider, so is it a nice flattering cut of a jacket, or is it too long? Is it sitting nicely as the rider is going round? Then the next thing to consider is how well the skirt sits on the rider, but how well it fits the horse. So what you don't want to have is the rider's feet showing. So it needs to be long enough to cover the feet, but not too long that it's too long for the horse and it's sitting around the hocks. It wants to sit just, so it wants to cover the top of the dock, and then sweeping around nicely to cover the rider's feet. So the next thing you want to kind of be looking for, cleanliness of, again, both horse and rider, how well they presented them, and no skin should be showing. So you want to make sure no ladies in history would have shown off any flesh, just wouldn't have been seen. And then for me, I like to think of what historical influence the costume has. So it is definitely a historical costume, not fancy dress. So it's not about lots of bling. It is about having a historical influence. So there has been a lot of discussions of the costumes having resumes made. So a description of what the costume is, where the idea came from, what era it's from, what the accessories to go with the costume are about. So the competitors are definitely starting to know they need to have a write-up on their costume. So it's hopefully something that the show has asked for. If not, you can go down the lineup and ask the people to give their resume of the costume. So the horse would never wear feathers on its head, because that would be more like a circus or a funeral. The rider can have feathers on their hat. You want to be looking at things like all their accessories. So if they're wearing a top hat, are they wearing a veil over their face? Not essential, but maybe each costume might cry for something different. It might be something you could suggest to them, but it's definitely not something you can mark them down for not wearing. But if you feel that would complement the outfit, absolutely bring it up with them. The gloves that they're wearing, are they matching the outfit? Are they standing out like a sore thumb? You don't want that. Is there Velcro on the gloves? Have they got a nice pair of leather gloves? You don't want them all lacy and fingers hanging out. You don't want to see skin in between the jacket and the gloves. Are they wearing nice subtle makeup just to define the face? But you don't want a full face of makeup, so you don't want it too over the top. So it's just little things like that you can look for within what their accessories. Have they got a parasol that's enhancing their outfit? It's just genuinely looking at what the costume cries out for. Suitable tack on the horses is an absolute must. The welfare of the animal is paramount, but you will find that people are starting to get a little bit more creative with the bridles. So you know, different bits and different things within sort of on the bridle, which is absolutely fine. But if you are seeing something that is not through welfare of the horse, absolutely you can mark them down for it. So the biggest thing that we seem to be having at the moment is whether competitors should be doing rising or sitting trot. The answer is they can do either, but as long as they are well practiced at sitting trot, it has got to stay elegant. If the rider hasn't practiced the sitting trot and isn't used to doing sitting trot on that particular horse and it's unhappy, then absolutely they can do rising trot. They should never be marked down for doing rising trot. You might get someone that does sitting trot better than rising trot, then great, do the sitting, but they cannot be marked down for doing rising trot within Concours d'Elegance. So novice classes, they are go round in walk only. Within an individual show, they can show trot if they want to. They shouldn't be marked down for not doing for not having a go at the trot. Equally, in all the other classes, the go rounds are walk and trot only, and then in an individual show, it's up to the individual whether they want to canter. Once again, they shouldn't be marked down for not doing any cantering. Juniors should always wear a hard hat. It's up for debate whether there's something nice that goes over the top of the hat, but it can make it little bit large over the hat, but again, just going for that overall picture of elegance. So it's it is a class of a judge's opinion, of course it is, but if you can try and stick to thinking of all the things that we've mentioned here, the other place to go onto our website to have a look at the rules on there. They are all written on there. So hopefully this has been a little bit helpful for you. And prior to judging the classes, if you have any questions whatsoever, do message us and one of us will get back to you to answer your questions. And hopefully you should enjoy judging the class and looking at all those absolutely beautiful, beautiful outfits. Thank you very much.